Yes.
Awesome.
Start recording. Awesome. Thanks.
If you lose me at all, if you lose the connection, I have my phone, so just message me. Do you want me to do the whole presentation, like the grade 7 and the family slide, or do you want me to jump right into my story and social media?
Yeah, I think for time-wise, just to keep it shorter would be great.
Okay.
I would say more of the right into your story and social media.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by sharing my story. So I was introduced to Juice Plus actually by a nurse friend of mine who had shared the video, What is Juice Plus, on Facebook. And I was instantly intrigued. I got it right away. And what happened was I didn't know too much about it, and I didn't really reach out to her. I didn't feel a need for it, but I did get the product. And I think I liked and commented on her post, and nothing ever came of it. So my lesson in that is that people are accustomed to being asked for a sale. And if people like or comment on any post, always send them a message and thank them. Say, hey, what's new? Thanks for commenting. Thanks for liking my post. Thanks for supporting me, and engage them in conversation, because you never know who out there wants to place an order, but people are just so used to being asked to buy things. So don't be afraid to ask, because the number one reason people don't join your business or don't buy your product is because you're not asking them. So I want to start off with that. A couple years later, I was a new mom. My twins were a year old, and I was exhausted. I mean, plain and simple, I was exhausted all of the time. And I woke up every morning with my husband standing over my bed with a cup of coffee. And I was sick of bugging him to make me coffee in the morning. So I actually saw an ad on the Stovall Buy and Sell for a Keurig coffee machine, brand new in box. It was $60. And I thought, this is a really great opportunity for me to buy a brand new Keurig, put it on my nightstand, and that way in the morning I can roll over and make myself a cup of coffee. Thinking this was a great idea, when my husband came home, I was really excited to share with him what I had purchased, and he kind of laughed at me and said, you can't live off caffeine, and you need to figure something out. So at this time, I had built a relationship with Alyssa Harriman through Facebook, just asking her about diet and what formula to feed the boys and things like that. So she added a lot of value to my life through social media. So when I saw her sharing Juice Plus, and I had watched her share it for about a year, I then felt comfortable and I felt open to asking her more about it. And I was looking for more energy, and I knew that anything I put in my body was going to help me. And I was eating the kale, and I was exercising, and I was drinking lots of water, and I was doing everything we're supposed to do. And when she explained to me, it was vine ripened and it was chemical free, and just said to me, you know what, give it a try. And if it's not for you, send it back in 30 days and that kind of deal. I felt, okay, I can do that. I ordered the 3 blend. I ordered the shakes for my husband because he was on the vegan shakes at the time, Vega One. And I ordered the Tower Garden because it was so bloody cool. And within 2 days, I had more energy and I was feeling great. Started sharing that with other moms. I literally only joined the business for a discount. I'm sure most of you on this call, if not all of you, did the exact same. I spent $50 to save over $100. It just made sense. And honestly, I wasn't looking to do anything with it at all. But what Alyssa did was, and I don't know if she intentionally did this or not, but I honestly don't think she had a lot of faith in me doing anything with the business. But in a couple weeks, she called me and said, hey, just wanted to let you know, all you need is 4 customer orders, and you're going to fast track to our second highest commission level. I mean, she didn't use jargon like VF or virtual franchisee because she knew I wouldn't get it. You're going to fast track to the second commission level in our company. You're going to get a $300 bonus and probably around $300 to $600 in commissions. What do you think? Do you think you want to do this? And I thought, why not? And at the time, my maternity leave had just ended, so I didn't have any of my own personal income. I was a former educator, so I didn't return to work only because I wanted to raise my boys, and economically, it didn't make sense for me to go to work and put my kids in daycare. And so that was attractive to me, that I could earn my own money. I never saw any of this for myself, and it's so funny now when I talk to people who are like, oh, I could never do that, or I would never make it to the top. I just talked to a girl yesterday that said, well, I need full benefits, but there's no way I would ever make it to the top. And I'm like, well, that was me too. So always share that with people. But what Alyssa did is she quite literally just showed me each step. So after VF, it was sales coordinator and so on and so forth. So I made sales coordinator in 5 weeks. I made senior sales in, I think it was 9 months, Q in 3 years, and I think 3 years. I don't know. And now I'm working towards NMD, and I need to get there because seriously, it's like I'm just done with this whole Q thing. I just need to get there. So, so thanks so much for having me on the call tonight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen share. I've never done it before, so hopefully it looks okay. If it doesn't, I don't know. Send me a message and tell me it looks like crap. All righty. So I'm going to screen share. Okay. So we did the coffee machine. So does everything look good? Thumbs up, Jen Brennan? Good. Okay, so some social media statistics. So the internet has over 3.17 billion users. So don't ever say to somebody, I don't know any people, because everyone is online. Your job is to find them and to connect and build relationships with them. There are 2.3 billion active social media users. 91% of retail brands use 2 or more social media channels. So we see those ads pop up on social media all the time. I personally prefer Facebook and Instagram, and I use Facebook like a newspaper. If I want to know the weather, if I want to know the hours to a restaurant, if I want to know what's going on in the world, I go to Facebook, quite honestly. Internet users have an average of 5.5 social media accounts, which is insane. 5 accounts. I have 4, I think. Social media users have risen by 176 million in the last year. So everyone's getting online. I mean, we have grandparents online. So there's really no reason for you not to be there. And don't feel bad about using social media to build your business, because that's where people are living. They're living online. 1 million new active mobile social users are added every day. So that's 12 a second. And Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp handle 60 billion messages a day. Okay, let me see here. All right, so Facebook is my place of choice. A lot of the millennials will be liking Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. So Facebook, I've heard, is for old people, so I guess I'm old, but whatever. I like it, and I built my whole business here. My entire distributor line and my entire customer line have all, except for my husband, have all come from Facebook. Everyone I've met in my business, every dollar I earn is from Facebook. So Facebook adds 500,000 new users every single day, and that's 6 new profiles every second. 72% of all online U.S. adults visit Facebook at least once a month. It has 1.71 billion users, and Facebook is a great place to stay connected with people you went to college, high school, elementary school with, build relationships with people, and network with people. So one of the things I do is when I get added as a friend by somebody that I don't know, I instantly send them a message saying, hey, thanks for the friendship, and I send them a wave or something like that. I don't necessarily go into, hey, this is me, check my stuff out. I find that tacky and unattractive. I feel personally, and you can do whatever you want, but I feel that it's really important to build a relationship with people before you share anything about a product or business. Just because once you share that, it's kind of done. Even if it makes sense to them, if they're turned off by the way you've done it, then it's kind of, you've kind of screwed up. So I want to start off with what you're showing on social media. So I add at least 5 new friends to social media every single day to Facebook. And 2 things that those people are going to see when I pop up on the friend request are my profile picture and my banner picture. So I want to make sure they're professional looking and personable. So have a solid profile picture and banner picture. This is Facebook. It's not dog book or baby book. So definitely have your face on there. It doesn't have to be a professional photo shoot. It can be just a selfie if you want, but let it show your personality and what you love. So the picture should be of you, And you want to show lifestyle. So if you go on vacation a lot, if you like to travel, then show that. If you're a yogi, then show yourself maybe in a pose. If you like to work out, similar things. My biggest brand is being a sailor and being a mom. So I always have pictures of myself. I'm really weird about taking selfies. I've taken a couple on Snapchat, but like I find it really uncomfortable just to take a picture of myself. So I always have like the kids in the background or something. And the banner picture is lifestyle or of value. So showing a quote that you love, a quote that supports your brand, a picture of you on the beach or poolside or your feet in the sand, something that represents you. So Nicole's has a great banner picture. I believe it's a Shred 10 photo. So the best project you can ever work on is you. So it's inspirational quote. There's fitness. So I can tell from this that, you know, well, obviously she's the CEO at the Passion for Nutrition. So she's passionate about nutrition, but it's a fun picture. She's fun loving, attractive woman, throwing some apples in the air, having a good time. So this is somebody, if she came across, like friends you may know, or if she requested my friendship, I would probably click yes, because she looks like a real person. And I'm sure all of us have received a friend request from somebody and we kind of scroll down and there's like some sex ad or something weird. So I know from looking at this that she looks like a real person. So this is my personal one. I have a Facebook page called Jenny's Little Steps to the Best Life, and I share health tips and business tips on there, and just life hacks in general. And so I've linked that into my occupation, so wellness coordinator and success coach at that, so they can simply click on the bold area and then go directly to my page and learn a little bit more about what I do. My banner picture, she's badass with a big heart, because that's pretty much summarizes who I am. My sailor brand is there. And then my profile picture is just me and my kids hanging out, typical day. They're just crawling all over me. So what not to do. So this is actually a friend of mine who is a former business owner, not with Juice Plus, but you know, she doesn't have her own face, so I can't identify her. Especially with women, we get married, we change our last name. So if this was a friend that was requesting my friendship from college or university or something like that, and say she's gotten married, I wouldn't. I don't see her picture. And then her banner picture is just looks like a sunset in the wintertime. So I probably wouldn't accept this person's friend request. And this is an actual Facebook profile as well. It's just terrible. I mean, there's just nothing to it. It's pretty self-explanatory. So branding yourself on social media is really key to set yourself apart from everybody else. So there's a lot of more network marketers out there, direct sellers out there, and you want, when people think of Juice Plus, you want them to think of you first. And the way you do that is to distinguish yourself. So branding is a set of marketing and communication methods that help to distinguish a company or person or products from competitors, aiming to create a lasting impression in the minds of customers. So I know personally, I get pictures all the time of anchors, of sailors, people tag me in swear wordy things, because that's just my brand. That's who I am, and I own that shit. So what is your brand? So how do you wish to show up on social media? These are 7 questions to ask yourself. I'm not going to read all through them because I'm sure everyone can read on this call. But for myself, my brand is quite clear. I'm a mom of twins. I like to travel. I'm a sailor. I'm a boss babe, and I'm real. So people always say to me, "You're so real. Your Fit Fives are so real." And I honestly don't want to be anything but real. So for me, when people say that to me, sometimes I'm just kind of like, "Well, obviously I'm real. I don't know why I would be fake." But apparently, there's a lot of fake people out there. So follow along with my brand, and I would encourage, and most of you ladies do this, to develop a brand and a hashtag. So I always tag things, my hashtag is like Sailor Mom, my Sailor Mom Life, Sailor Movement, or the Real CEO. So it just distinguishes me from everyone else. And I find that I start to attract people to my tribe. So I'm not going to attract somebody that thinks people that think tattoos are the most terrible thing you can ever do, because, and I honestly don't want to attract those types of people. I'm sure you guys have always all had somebody want to join your team and they don't even want this person on my team. They're toxic or whatever. I'm cutting out. So am I good? Okay. Let me move to another area of my house. What's up?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of dark down here. Is that good? Yeah, okay. Okay, so, awesome. Okay, so branding tips. So always be aware of your image. Make sure that what you're branding yourself is you. You know, a lot of people have an idea of who they want to be or who people will like. And at the end of the day, it's us that always comes out. So always make sure that you're representing your true self, and be aware of what you're portraying and if that would turn off an ideal customer. So I definitely have opinions about certain things. I don't always share those opinions on social media. Some I do, but most, like, you know, controversial things, I don't. It's really no one's business. And from a business perspective, it's just not smart business. Be specific with your brand, and it should be noticed and understood. So be very specific with it. I'm sure when you think of, you know, John Halawadi, you think of Team Rhino, you think of independence, you think of traveling, and that has become his brand. So he's very specific with that. Create an association of value with your brand by consistently putting out value. So you don't want to just be, whenever I hear an inspiring quote or think of an inspiring quote, I will always put the Sailor brand to that because it represents who I am, but it's adding value to people. It's getting people to kind of think outside the box, or it might be a quote that answers a question that someone's had in their mind maybe all day. So I'm always adding value. I'm not just putting out stupid pictures with an anchor on it and calling it a brand. Engage and interact with those that follow and engage with you. So like I said in the beginning, if people are liking and commenting on things, send them a message and thank them for that and engage them in a conversation. Go creep through their Facebook for like a couple days through their Facebook and see what's going on in their life, and maybe bring that up in a conversation and just start a conversation with people online. And before you post on social media, think to yourself, is this on brand? Is this representing who I am? Is this representing my brand well? Yeah. So Olivia is really great. There's a lot of people. I only picked her because when I went through my Facebook, she's one of the first people that popped up. But she's really excellent at identifying her brand. So she has what's called the Princess Movement. So her team of girls, they call it the Princess Movement, and they're all really attractive, really fun-loving young women that are boss babes, essentially. And she really owns that princess. She, I think, was a Disney princess or a Barbie or something like that in acting. You okay, Josh? Good job, buddy. So she owns that. I mean, some women would be really uncomfortable being called a princess, but what I love about her is she's a self-made princess, if you will. She's not the daughter of a king. She didn't marry a prince. She has created that herself through her own wealth. So what I really like about her bio is she doesn't put a lot of information. She doesn't mention Juice Plus. She just writes, if you don't build your dreams, someone else will hire you to build theirs. So if I was looking at her profile, I'd be like, well, what is she doing? Is she an entrepreneur? And I would creep through her Facebook and see a little bit more about herself. And then with mine, you know, twin mom, work from home mom at the best job ever, Sailor, the real CEO. And I get a lot of comments from people. Good night, buddy. I love you. A lot of comments from people that are like, oh, like, what's, you know, the best job ever? What do you do? I'd love more information. What the real CEO, what does that mean? And then they're messaging and engaging with me and asking me questions, which is really cool. So 3 things that you want to put out on social media at all times. I follow John Halawadi probably the most, and I follow what he does the most. And the one thing he says is to be posting on social media at least 3 times a day. So if you are deciding to build your business online, on social media, you need to be at least posting 3 times a day. So 3 things, and I broke it down with this way. So there could be 3 things that you could post a day, and that's it. I'm always posting just anything that inspires me. I'm posting what I'm eating. If I see a cool car, a funny license plate, I post all the time. That's just me. But these are 3 things that if you're new to it or you don't know where to start, these 3 things. So lifestyle. So time with family, friends, vacation, being poolside, working out. So you want to be showing people what you're doing, what this Juice Plus life is affording you, what your lifestyle is like. What you're going to be doing with that lifestyle is honestly making people, and I don't want to say envious or jealous, but making people think, oh man, she has the best life ever. I want to do that. Because most people are creeping Facebook while they're at work, and they're probably miserable and not feeling the greatest, and they're looking at your great life and they're wanting more of that. Charlie. Second thing you want to share is value. So personal development books. Share with people what you're reading, what you're listening to, quotes, recipes. So our mission, our job is to inspire healthy living. Our job has never been to sell a product, never sell Juice Plus. That's how we make money. But our job is to inspire healthy living. And I always say this to my team because it doesn't matter if someone is a gold package and they've ordered a 3-blend and shakes and bars, or if they're just a vineyard order. I'm going to give that customer the exact same amount of value and attention and love as I would somebody that's spending $500 a month or somebody that just bought a tower garden. It doesn't matter, because my job is to inspire people to live a healthy life. It's not necessarily to sell a product. So adding value all the time, building trust with people online, be a beacon, and like Michelle and Sandy say, be a lighthouse to people. So if you're sharing healthy living tips, if you're sharing recipes, lunch ideas, things like that, people are going to look to you for those answers. So when they do discover a problem in their life, health-wise or fitness-wise or whatever it is, they're going to look to you to help solve that problem. And results. So there's 2 ways to share results. You want to share product results and business results. It's really tricky with our company because I remember watching a friend of mine who was selling coffee, some special coffee, I don't know what it was, and he would always show all the checks he would get from his coffee business. And I remember thinking, wow, he's really successful. He has all these checks. Obviously, I'm not recommending to do that. We can't talk about what we make, but what you can do is share the other kind of results of our business. So when we go to regionals, when we go to conference, taking pictures, and these are kind of lifestyle too, but it's again, showing the results that this company is affording you and your family. So Olivia here is just finished working out. She lives in the UK, so I'm guessing it's not sunny there too often. So honestly, if I'm sitting at home in an office and it's sunny out, and it's rarely ever sunny in my country, I'm going to be super jealous of this woman who just got to work out and be out in the sun while I'm stuck in my office, right? So she's showing her lifestyle, the freedom that she has, how much fun she's having. She's always looking gorgeous in her photos. And whether she's done up to the nines or whether she's showing up without any makeup, she's always looks gorgeous. And she's tagging her team. So, love your body. That's her hashtag. Can you shut that dog up, please, hon? And then there's me. So we put a pool in our backyard this summer. And I quite literally spent every single day in that pool floating around working on my phone and working on my tan too. So I'm going to share that with people because, again, there's somebody sitting in an office somewhere, somebody that's miserable, somebody maybe on their way into some waitressing job and they're miserable because they have to spend the next 5 hours in a building, and there I am floating with my kids in a pool. Always tagging, Real CEO, my team name, which is Team Little Steps, and just, sharing the lifestyle. So adding value, and this can be, like I said, any audiobooks you're reading, any quotes that inspire you, share those. And if you do come across a quote that inspires you, go on to Canva or PicCollage and create an image yourself, because there's so many images out there and everyone's using them. So do it yourself. Do something that speaks to you. Dave, not right now, please. On our customer website, under community, we have a list of articles, recipes, a lot of things that add value. So I would suggest to click on community, go under there and find a link and share that. So if I have a customer or I have a prospect or just a friend or family member looking on my Facebook and they see this recipe for lemon cake, they're going to click on that. They're going to get a recipe. They're going to get value. And that's sending them back to my customer website as well. So if they have ever thought about Juice Plus, I'm redirecting them back there. Sometimes you literally have to make it simple for people and step by step showing them exactly what to do. So results, so we have our very own Michelle here. So she had an amazing result with the T30 program. And I would never share her results personally, but when she does share her results on Facebook, I'm gonna share her actual post of that result and say something like, check out my friend Michelle, what a wonderful result she got from living our healthy lifestyle. And I'll put in there hashtag shred10 or Charlie, no. Go. Sorry, my dog's bugging me. Out. So we could never share somebody's results. I could never save her picture and put it on my wall. But when she does share that and post that, I'm going to reshare it and just drive more traffic to her page and to her result. My friend Megan was at my house last summer and she checked out my tower gardens. I have 3 of them outside and she was amazed by the size that they were producing. So she shared this, and so it's just sharing the tower garden results and how cool it is that we get to grow our own food. So never forget about the tower garden because it's super powerful. So business results. Every time I sell any product to anyone, I always get their permission first, and I will do a post of the shakes or the capsules or what I call my Buddy and Me package, which is like the CHS, and I have a picture of like a mom and a son or something like that. And I'll always say something, this one here is to my friend Leah, so your delicious chocolate shakes are on their way. Thank you so much for your order. Let me know if you'd like any recipes. Excuse me. And then what I did in that post was I tagged her in it. So that's showing up on her Facebook feed as well. And her friends are seeing that she just ordered these shakes for me. So there's a lot of people out there that are always sitting on the fence of something. And then when they see somebody like a friend or family member try something out, they're more apt to do that too. So if she has a friend that has been thinking about Juice Plus or heard about it somehow, and then they see she's buying it, then they're like, maybe I should do that too. And then there's another customer for you. And what Olivia, Katie, and Sinead do, from what I've noticed, and there's another girl, Nicole Roberts, is it? Something Roberts. Anyway, every time they welcome a new team member, they tag them in a post. They do, this is like the princess movement. It's a fun picture that's really on brand, like pink roses. Welcome to the team. And she's welcoming somebody. So again, Mel Pike, who just joined the team, she might have a friend out there that has been thinking about Juice Plus, and because maybe her cousin does it, and now she's seeing that her friend Mel's doing it, so she's like, oh, well, she's doing it too, so I want to join, and this looks fun, and this looks, on brand of me, or this looks like something that, is really fun. So always share whenever you add somebody, and obviously get their permission, because if they have a job or if they're with another company or something, they might get them in trouble. So always get their permission. So finding friends on Facebook, there's so many ways to find friends. In the month of September alone, I added 100 friends to Facebook. That Facebook always sends me a notification letting me know how many friends I've added. So that's huge because we're not even halfway through the month. So wedding announcements. So everyone always posts congrats on wedding announcements. Charlie, go lay down, buddy. Go through the comments and hover over people's names, and you're going to see how many mutual friends you have with that person. If usually 5 to 10, if I have 5 to 10 mutual friends with somebody on Facebook, then I'll click add. I always check out their banner and their profile picture because that's all you can really see sometimes. But if we have more than 5 to 10 mutual friends, I'll click add and add new friends. Birth posts, the same thing. There's a section on Facebook where it says people you may know, and as a list of people with mutual friends, and searching public figures. So if you were to search Tony Robbins and go to his page, anyone that is commenting or liking any of the posts on that page are probably people who are really open to personal development, personal growth, and people that are used to thinking outside the box. So if you really want to be creative, if you want to build business in the UK or Australia, one of the things you could do is go through comments on any posts on the Tony Robbins or Jim Rohn or whoever on that post, and click on people's names and find somebody that might be in the UK or might be in Australia and add them as a friend and start building a relationship online that way. When I was in Red Deer, I was talking to John about social media, And we were talking about how relationships are the key to this business, personal development and building relationships. And he said he has a girl who's going SC right now in Australia, and he's never met her. He just met her online, but he's never met her personally. And they talk like almost every day and have been for the last few months. So it's definitely not impossible to build relationships with people just online. So certain tips, so stay consistent. So consistency is literally key. If you're going to commit to doing 3 posts a day, then do 3 posts a day. If you're really busy, you can use things like Meet Edgar or Hootsuite and plan your posts. Because I'm online all day, I get inspired by like things I hear. If I'm listening to an audiobook and there's something that inspires me, then I just have to put it into an image and put it out online. But if you're super busy, you can either set alarms on your phone to remind you to post, or you can plan your posts, say, on a Sunday night and put them through Hootsuite or Meet Edgar. A call to action at the end of your post. So don't be afraid to do a shred post and say, hey, I'm looking for a buddy this month. Is it you who wants to help me? Blah, 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 blah. Be accountable this month. And ask people. Don't be afraid to say things like, who wants to make an extra $200 this month? Just put that out there, because you never know. People are going to say me. And then you have a whole list of people that comment on that, who you can follow up to and then share your product or business story. Link your Instagram to your Facebook. Always do that. Always be you. Be authentic, and you will attract the right people. So the last thing you want to do is attract the wrong people to your business, because again, business is all about relationships. And if you attract the wrong people to your team, you're just going to have drama and just blah in your team. And you don't want that. So always attract people who are your people. So use Facebook Live and Facebook Live parties. So Facebook parties used to be really fun, but they kind of got boring after a while, just reading slides. So we started doing these Facebook Live parties where we're just sharing our story, going live on Facebook, and the response has been really great. And people can comment as you're talking and ask questions as you're talking, and it's live, and it's been really great. I personally, with my team, do them every single Monday. Identify problems and solve them for people. So I had shared that a friend of mine, Christy, was struggling feeding her daughter in the morning breakfast before school, and she was trying to figure out a solution of what to feed her daughter that was quick and simple and nutritious. So I mean, hello, the complete, it's a perfect solution. I shared that with her. And success leaves clues. So one of the things I do is I follow. And on your phone, I'm sure most of you know, when you click follow, you can select default, see first. So I always see first. So I see first John Halawadi, Sinead Kavanagh, Olivia Measures, Katie Ravy. So those people, every time they post on social media, shows up in my Facebook feed. And honestly, it inspires me every single day. And again, when I was in Red Deer a couple weekends ago, John had said this. I don't think it's a quote of his, but he had mentioned an empire isn't built in a day, an empire is built every day. So the actions that you're doing today, if you're a dealer, a direct distributor, a VF, a national marketing director, the actions you're doing today are going to be the same actions you're doing next week, next year, so on and so forth. So we have this idea that when we start this business, I'm just going to get to that level and then I'll be there. It's no, I do the exact same things every single day. I do them a little better than I used to, but I do the exact same things every day now than I did when I first started, my first week, my first month with this business. And I'm sure that any NMD on this call will agree that you continually, consistently work at it and you build it every single day. So that's it. Yay! Okay, somebody unmute themselves so I'm not like just sitting here.
Thank you, Jenny. That was really informative. I really liked it. And I took pictures of your slides. I hope that's okay.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Jenny, you are awesome. I don't know if Nicole's on here from her phone. Are you on here, Nicole?
I'm here.
Thank
Sorry,
you so
I was
much,
just
Jenny,
doing
for
a
doing
post. I was just doing a post. I was so inspired. I just looked down and I was in this pose, and I took a picture of my first pair of Lululemons. So thanks, Jenny, for inspiring me.
You know what I did today, actually? I sent out a message to probably 20 people. And here, see if I can read it. I kind of lied a bit, which is okay. But I sent these messages out today, and I got really good feedback, so I wanted to share with you guys. let me see if I can find one of them. Bear with me. Okay, this one. Okay. So, and I literally created the message. I made it semi-neutral. Sometimes I changed it to mom or girls or ladies like you. But I basically sent this out. I said, I was at a leadership event last weekend and I was challenged by my teamies to share 2 things. Number 1, my story and journey with Juice Plus. And number 2, what Juice Plus is. I'm supposed to share this with 5 moms that inspire me and who I have a connection with. Wondering if you'd be open to being one of those moms. So they're feeling like they're doing me a favor by listening. So it's not salesy. It's like, hey, you know what? I've run out of people. I need kind of help here. And I had such great feedback. Everyone was like, yeah, I'd love to hear your journey. I'd love to hear more. And then I book a time, what time is best, what number is best. And then I get on the phone and I literally share my product story, my business story. For those of you who have ever seen John Holowati's Opportunity Call, he kind of goes through the business. It's kind of like the napkin presentation, but without like all the numbers. It's just how we make money, how we do it, what the business is. So it's like maybe a 10-minute presentation, really, really quick, just to give people an idea. And that's all I did today. And it was really good. I had a lot of really great feedback. So that's a good thing too. Like if you're sitting there thinking like, where do I even start? Maybe send a message like that out, because you never know. You might actually come across somebody that has been meaning to reach out to you and maybe is intimidated or is scared to. So yeah. Awesome.
That's awesome. Does anybody have any questions for Jenny before we wrap up?
I do. I was wondering, like, if your social circle is small, on like I am on my personal Facebook page. I've been very selective on who I add. Mm-hmm. I don't go snooping on my friends lists and see if I could add any of their friends. I'm not one of those. So how do you reach out to more people without having a whole bunch of people that you really don't want into your personal business?
You don't.
Like I have family on my Facebook. I don't want people that I don't want on. So you know what I mean?
Building a business on social media is probably not going to work for you. Just because you have to be able to be okay with people. It's like social media is like a reality television show. So, you know, when we watch, I don't watch reality because I don't even have TV. But, you know, from what I hear, watching the Kardashians, watching these people online, you feel like you get to know them, you trust them. So when Kylie Jenner comes out with a lip gloss, you go and buy that shit because it's like, oh, well, she does it and I have this relationship with her. And that's how you build a business on social media. So if you're uncomfortable sharing your life on social media and having people see that you don't know, then I wouldn't recommend to do that. One thing you can do, though, with the friends and family that you do have on your social media is not be a catalog, not be an advertisement, but just share your smoothie in the morning, after a workout, share the capsules as a recovery, things like that. So you're consistently sharing that lifestyle. But what I've done is I've gone above and beyond, reached out, created, you know, from 300 friends to 4,400 friends, and built that entire network. And that's how I've built it on social media. So the way you can do it is just be a gentle reminder to family and friends that you're doing this Juice Plus thing. But you'd probably have to reach out more, do a lot more coffee dates, one-on-ones, prevention pluses, things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, could I ask a question about Facebook live parties? Like, how would you do a live party? Like, I'm pretty new to the business, so I don't think I'm educated enough to do like a live stream myself. Maybe should I go to like my upline to do?
What I would do is in the Facebook live party, I would have somebody that you feel is more knowledgeable about the product share in it. So you could start off, do a welcome video, welcome everyone there, tell them how happy you are to have them there. Thank you for giving up this 30 minutes of, you know, your evening with us. I'm going to have Nicole come on and share a little bit from a nutritionist perspective, and then I'd love to share my story with you. Have Nicole come in, and she's going to share the highlights, the vine ripened, the reason why we need fruits and vegetables, those more things that you feel like you need to build on. And then you're an expert on you. So then when you share your story, you're sharing, you know what, thank you so much, Nicole, that was very informative. And then you're going to share, me personally, this is what it's done for me, because we're all an expert on ourselves. So one of the first mistakes that I made in the business was I felt like I had to know everything about everything. And I joined the business in June, and I didn't speak to I didn't do my first even lunch meeting or presentation until the following February. And I didn't even want to do it. Alyssa sat down with me for lunch. We were meeting a couple people. We were going to share the product with them. And she basically said, so you're doing this today. I'm not saying anything. And I almost shit myself. And what I did is just went through like a booklet, and I'm like, these are the ingredients. This is what it is. Shared my story. And then I was like, wow, that was it. That's all we do. So stop telling yourself you don't know enough. Watch videos every day, get inspired every day. Before the Facebook Live, watch a bunch of videos on how it's made, or watch an Emma Stedden video or something that's going to inspire you, and then just share what you do know.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay, I think we should wrap up because Jenny's got some little ones to put down. So thank you so much, Jenny, for sharing your expertise, your passion. And I can just feel how close you are to NMD, and you're going to have the most beautiful story, really giving people hope that are more introverts, that don't know how to go out there to the world. And we know that our business attracts a lot of extroverts, but we also know that there are introverts that can do this business really well. And you're showing people how to do this around raising children in the comfort of your own home, and it's just awesome. So thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks, team, for joining us. This is recorded, so once it is, Nikki, could you get the recording out not only to our team page, but to Jenny, so she can share that with her team as well? Awesome. Okay, everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. Have a great night.
Thanks,
Bye.
Jenny.